So last class, we were discussing ratios. Ratios. So a ratio is a pretty easy mathematical concept. It's a comparison of two values. Comparison of two values. And usually we're using division. So if I want to compare hearts to stars or hearts to circles, let's say I have 1, 2, 3 hearts, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles. Okay, so if I wanted to compare these, I can do a lot of different types of comparisons. I can compare hearts to the total, right? So I have 1, 2, 3 hearts to how many total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 total. And then I want to simplify my ratio. So that would be, I can divide both top and bottom by 3 to simplify. So I would have 1/3. So that means I have 1 out of every 3 of my shapes are hearts. So I can compare hearts to the total. I could compare circles to the total. We can also compare in the group itself. So if I wanted to compare hearts, sorry, my hearts are so wonky, I can't draw a very even heart, hearts to circles. And you'll notice at the beginning here, I'm always creating a legend. That way I know what I'm putting on top and what I'm putting on the bottom. And that way anyone else who reads my ratio will know also. So if I'm looking at this, I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 hearts. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles. So 3 out for every 3 hearts, I have 6 circles. And again, we can simplify this. Divide by 3 on the top and bottom. It has a common factor, which will leave us with 1/2. So that means that for every 1 heart, I have 2 circles, which makes sense, right? Because if I were to draw it this way, 3 hearts, 1, 2, 3 hearts, and 6 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles, it's pretty easy for me to identify that each heart has 2 circles, right? So every 1 heart has 2 circles, right? So a ratio is for each one of something, how many do we have for the other? Okay, so it's that type of comparison, right? And we can keep ratios simplified. And we can also write ratios in a couple of different ways. So here I've been writing them as fractions, which I think is the most common way to write a ratio. But you can also write ratios as, so our fraction, which we already talked about, or we can use a colon like 1, 2, 2, and then this is pronounced as 2, or we can actually write it out, 1, 2, 2. Okay, so you'll see all of those are valid ways to write ratios. So hopefully this reminds you about what a ratio is.